while I just get up all the technical bits and pieces so I can see what's going on. Now I'm trying to refresh. Oh, here we go. I'm also being joined, like last time, by Dan, who will help me on the straight and narrow for this speed run.
Hi Lucy, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
All good, all good.
So I'm just popping up the chat now. Oh, yeah.
What are we doing today?
We're speed running Uncharted 3.
Interesting. I seem to recall you trying to speedrun Uncharted before.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, that happened last year.
How did that work out?
I thought it was going well until the end where I didn't do it because I was like 5 minutes over.
Okay.
But this time we're going to positive attitude will help with the horrors to come, so I once was told in a Doctor Who episode. So, and I take all my life lessons from a Doctor Who episode.
I'd say it's, yeah, a dead cert then, it's a lock-in, we're good.
Yeah, I've also got my Uncharted Nathan Drake ring on for extra luck, because you know what? We need Nathan Drake, the god himself, looking over us in order to do this, right? Oh, hello everybody, hi, and welcome to the stream. Right, I'm just gonna prepare my limbs, gotta limber up. It's like this is a marathon, not a sprint. I once won a marathon cross country, so it was a very long time ago. Thank you. I came 26th in one too, but I'll just remember the one where I am. Oh, actually, no, I actually do want to keep the treasure so that I'm not tempted. Right, continue with speed run. We're going to do it on easy. Oh, and before we go on as well, we're going to do this slightly differently, everyone. We're going to break the speed run into 2 bits because last time me and Dan felt like our energies were sapping towards the end. It was quite long, and I don't feel like that helped us. I think we lost our minds. Yeah, I was getting super tired. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, we were both getting tired and it was all going terribly wrong. So today we're doing chapters 1 to 11, up to, how would you say we are doing chapter 11, but we're going to do 1 to the end of 11, is that correct? That makes sense? Yeah, because I thought that was a good break-off point. And then tomorrow, about the same time-ish, we will do chapters 12 to the end. And
those who don't have like encyclopedic memories of Uncharted, what is chapter 11?
Chapter 11 is when we're chasing Talbot in Yemen. See, this is how I see it. Chapter 12 is the beginning of the shipwreck bit, you know, when we're going to go on the boat and everything. So I felt like that was a good pause to stop before we get into that storyline.
That's a very good place to stop, yes.
So all those times I was telling you I was going to do that, you weren't registering where I was saying to take a pause.
No, I was just nodding and smiling. Okay,
that's worked for many a person. Alright, I hope the timer's not going. Right, subtitles. Put the subtitles on for people who want to enjoy what story we can enjoy. Thank you, everybody. Oh yeah, I do remember you from the Uncharted speaker. Right, I'm going to close the chat so that I don't get distracted. But Dan will relay the information to me wonderfully, I'm sure. Okay.
Yes, if I deem it worthy.
Alright, okay, here we go, everybody. Nathan Drake, wish me luck. Internet provider, don't let me down. Okay, let's get moving.
Good luck.
Oh, wait, before we begin. Gotta put the Doughnut Drake on, that's what you're here for. Selling...
Oh dear.
Is it in rewards? Skins?
This is so unprofessional.
Why, what's happening? What, me? Whoa, here we go. Nathan Drake let himself go, but we're going to get him back to his good old slim self by the end of the game. I need to remember how to fight in this game because I frickin' hate the fight controls.
Yeah, you can't roll away from combat, can you? Which I know is something you love doing.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Drake's got to just... Oh, see, it's a circle. I want to press triangle. How would you rank the Uncharted melee combat from favourite to least favourite? Get up, Sully.
Oh my god, well, obviously Uncharted 1 has got the worst melee combat ever to feature in a video game, so there's that.
Harsh!
That's not entirely true, but it's certainly the worst in the series. Lost Legacy has the best.
Yes, I would agree.
Uncharted 3 I didn't have a problem with until you mentioned the whole circle thing, and like once you mentioned that, I started trying to do it myself and actually sort of found it really useful, and now I find myself grabbing people at random and getting irritated just like you, so thanks for that.
That is okay, it's what I'm here for, you know. I play Uncharted a lot just to poison everyone else's mind and make you all think like me. But yeah, it's just the fact that, you know, it's like, do you want to press circle, do you want to press triangle? I don't know, we're going to make you do all of them. It's just annoying. No one likes their drink spilt. Okay, look. Nice. Have you ever been in a fight, ever punched anybody? I don't know why I'm going to be interviewing you today.
Really? Okay. Have I been in a fight? Yes, I have.
Oh, do tell.
It's
Well,
not
if you
really all
would
that
like.
exciting.
Just like, do tell. Well, I actually ended up in hospital, almost dead. Oh, I'm sorry to bring it up.
No, it wasn't really anything particularly dramatic. It wasn't anything like you see on a movie. There was no like back and forth and rolling around and like trash cans flying everywhere and stuff like that. It was pretty much like two swings and somebody was down. We'll just leave it at that, shall we?
Oh, okay. Well, that was eventful. I've never really been. Well, when I was in secondary school, there was like a feud that broke out between us. We were on all. So it was like, I don't know what it started. I think it started about because there was this girl that she was a little bit lame, and there was the people that really didn't like her, the people that kind of stood up for her a bit, and so there were two warring factions over this stupid girl. But then eventually it turned into just the two groups hating each other. It wasn't about this girl anymore. It was just now we just hated each other, and one group would sit at the top of the hill and the other group would sit at the bottom of the hill, and the people who were friends with both groups sat in the middle of the hill because they were Switzerland. So one time me and the other person met. Okay, the two groups came together to have a confrontation, and I ended up hitting the girl on the head with a fruit box, and I walked away, and I was like, yeah. That's the high. I just like, she was like saying some rubbish that I wasn't like into. I don't know what she was saying. I just sort of like, shut up, and just hit her on the head with my Ribena fruit box or whatever it was, and walked away like a bowl.
That is savage.
Yeah,
I did not expect that.
Don't cross me, everybody.
I expected
Come
better of you.
With my fruit cartons. Let's go, Sully.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Fruit box for the winner, dude. I said I was going to close the chat, but I'm too intrigued. When it gets to difficult parts, I'll close the chat. I feel like for now, I'm just literally mashing square. Yeah, that's my... I think, one other time there was a girl who tried to punch me, but she was so drunk that it was the slowest punch in the world that I literally stepped backwards and she ended up punching herself in the chest. And I was like, bye. That was really
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't even know why she started with us. I think she just didn't like one of us. Okay, young Nathan Drake, he walks very slow.
I mean, I was a barkeeper for like 5 years, so there were a lot of occasions when there were like fists flying in my direction, but usually it was really drunk people that, you know, couldn't hit a barn door, so it wasn't really a problem.
I like how people know what fruit boxes are, thankfully. I was thinking, not sure if the fruit boxes are recognised across the world. Like, because I think that's something my dad called them. But aren't they just juice boxes?
Ah, you think you have viewers across the world. That's cute.
Well, I know that a lot of people are American. So I'm not sure, you know, the British slang. Yeah, young Nate, he goes a little bit. Oh, and I am good at full disclosure, everybody. I did write a cheat sheet at work for some of the puzzles, just so that I didn't spend forever, and I've left it in my bag. So, no cheat sheet for me. Damn it. I was like, because I know there's one puzzle in particular that always gets me, and it takes quite a long time, so I thought, I'd rather just have the answer written down so that I could just do it and save some time. It's the one, you know, medieval game show, when it's the lion... Actually, I might be able to remember it from my memory. I think it's lion, bull, horse, and then eagle. Actually, I think I'm good. I've got a photographic memory, thankfully. I think I'm... Cut to however long it takes to get to that moment. I'm like, I have to look at the book. Alright, let's do this. This is one of those things in video games where you do it once the tutorial, never do it again. That weird sort of... Hold cover. You go in cover and you hold it, and then you hold circle, and then you can turn the corner. You ever done that?
Yeah.
I don't know. For the man with the times, what's it? How's it looking?
That's a very good question. I will give you a great answer to that. It stops crapping out.
Are you serious? No. no!
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
There we go.
I'm thinking about my sister watching Netflix downstairs, and
It's all good. It's all
anger
good.
is
We're fine.
intensifying.
So we are on chapter 1, and you're aiming for a time of 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Well, that's
I just gotta go this way.
possible.
Can we go that way? Have I already? Oh no, I haven't screwed up. We don't. Who is your favourite young Nathan Drake? Sorry, I just was curious. Do you like this young Nathan Drake, or do you like the other young Nathan Drake?
Funny enough, I actually like this one a lot better.
Hmm, curious. I don't know where the frick I'm going. Oh no, already screwed up. Yeah, I don't really like this one that much. I don't think he sounds like how I feel like Nate would sound as a child. Nate, behave.
Perhaps not, but he's curious, and I don't know, the one in Uncharted 4 is just kind of a bit of a yob.
Oh.
Maybe it's just because I'm getting older and I just don't appreciate teenagers.
I took the longest, worst route to climb up this building. Amateur mistake. Amateur. Doughnut Sully. But there's not a trophy to play as Doughnut Sully.
All about the trophies.
Yeah, I'm aiming for 2. Now we're gonna have to make up that time for me just being an absolute idiot.
Okay, we did get a good subject brought up in the chat there.
Oh, okay,
which
go
was
for it.
what makes a good puzzle.
I don't know, something that makes sense. It's not just a puzzle for a puzzle's sake. You know what I'm saying? Like something that you feel like, oh, okay, that was actually a decent like puzzle that had proper puzzly bits too. If that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to do ones that it's just like, oh, that was a bit rubbish. That. Oh, Nate, what are you doing? There we go. Well, what you say that you think this game has your favourite, the best puzzles, don't you?
It does, yes. I think a good puzzle, this is a really stupid answer, but I think a good puzzle should make you feel like you were the first person in the world ever to solve it.
Oh, okay, that's a nice.
It should feel rewarding. You should feel like you've actually achieved it yourself, rather than it's just been a hoop to jump through.
Yes, I like that answer. What did you think about Uncharted Lost Legacy's puzzles? I feel that one could give Uncharted 3 a run for its puzzle money.
Yeah.
I thought those ones were quite relevant as well to, like, you know, what the story was trying to be told, you know, with the ones that...
Yeah, they definitely did. And some of them actually were plot related, which was cool.
Hmm. Oh no, is it still being really rubbishy, the stream?
It's less than perfect.
Do you know what, I'm gonna, I'll turn off my internet on my phone to help, and I'll turn off my laptop, so I'm literally not looking at the stream at all, because that might help.
Yeah, killing your YouTube interface would probably help.
Yeah, so the thing is, normally, my mum and my sister are out on a Friday, but they're in today, which I was not anticipating, so we can blame them. Oh no, my internet's got...
I'm pretty sure we can blame your potato router as well.
Yeah, can we all go to Virgin Media and complain? How do I switch off the internet on this? Oh, airplane mode. Flight mode. It's flight mode stops the internet, doesn't it? Right.
Yes.
Right.
It also makes it completely safe for you to throw your phone. It gets little wings.
Great. Oh no, it's good. It's given me the internet connection quality is currently not sufficient enough. Oh.
And yet, ironically, the quality has improved.
Maybe it's just going to go up and down throughout the time.
I'm confident it will improve given time because I'm an optimist.
Okay, good. Yes, we should be. This chapter is a chapter that I seem to struggle with. On chapter 3, that is, with the jumping around bits later.
Yeah, when you have to run away, a couple of points, I think it's because there's lots of right angles. There's a couple of bits where I just sort of lose all sense of direction and kind of panic.
Yeah, I sometimes just don't quite make the jumps. God, it's crazy how fast this goes when you're not really watching the cutscenes this beginning bit.
Yeah.
Go, Nate, go. But I really like this music for this chapter.
It is lovely.
Go, go.
Yeah, the stream quality has substantially improved, so...
Oh, so, yay!
So that's all good.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to relay the information to me.
Who the hell are these guys?
I shall do my best.
Thank you, thank you. Because I gotta make up that time for when I was being an actual... just climbing. Do you know what? Because I always think that when I climb that building to see something, that I always go the wrong way. But apparently not. I've been going the right way, thinking I've been going the wrong way. So I went a different way today, thinking it was the quick way, but it was not.
Now they're shooting at me.
Yeah. See, I'd hate as
Must
well
admit-
to die as a young Nate, because it feels like you killed a child, which is never good.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about it, but...
I'm getting a little confused just watching you, actually.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go with your heart. You know, you could do impossible things if you follow your heart, like jumping across all these roofs and escaping death. Oh, look how close that guy was to me. Oh, and another thing I need to do is you need to remind me if I die, remind me to do restart checkpoint, because apparently that is the golden rule to surviving.
Right.
A lot of people kept...
Is that a time saver?
Yeah, apparently a lot of people were telling me that in the comments the last time. They're like, oh, you should have pressed restart the checkpoint. And I was like, oh, because that takes you back in time, I think. Which is something I didn't do just then, but...
Excuse me, coming through.
Excuse me, coming through. Bye.
Sorry about that.
Also, I realised as well, I don't know why, but when I was failing so hard at the Draza fight, why did I not just press pause? Like, I just kept doing it and doing it wrong.
Good question.
I could have just paused the game and stopped.
Instinctively, I tend to not pause during a speed run because I can never remember whether or not I should probably plan better.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Nice.
Let's get moving.
Oh. When I was young, I used to be a lot slimmer, guys. But time has not been kind to me. Look at that, how am I even fitting through this gap?
What, Charlie? What's the holdup?
Oh, I like this, poor Charlie.
That seems a little improbable. It does.
It'll be soon. It'll be soon. That's it. That's all.
What's the hold up, Charlie? Waiting for Nathan's ass to get out of the way.
Yeah, sorry. We're gonna have to go through a lot of tight areas in this game as well. I'm just thinking ahead now, like all the tight space we have to go through. Oh, climb up here.
Get around this way.
Yeah. Or we could just use a little muscle.
I could have done that. Doop. Also, I just realised that the Doughnut Drake in it looks kind of weird. I just was like, oh, he looks out of place.
All right. Looks like the coast is...
Yeah, in more ways than one. You're right.
Man, I was so
That's where we walk like a badass.
right there on the wall.
Yeah, you got a lousy poker face, man.
And trust me, that's nothing compared to what we're on to. Yeah, well, hey, it's a bird in the hand. Didn't I tell you? Oh, please. Look, I just...
Look at that. Me versus Chloe Butt. I think Nate wins this one today.
That's not a train of thought I needed.
We can't afford to waste time standing here.
Now the problem with this is that we don't have... I've never seen a metal drain pipe in my life. Have you?
Yes, I have.
Really?
In fact, I probably have them on my house.
What?
But-
Mine are all plastic.
I live in an old building.
Oh. Well, I guess now if you think about it, in today's climate, yours are probably more eco-friendly. But then, I don't need to recycle my drain pipes. So, maybe it doesn't matter.
You are supposed to change them every so often.
Are you?
Yeah, top drain pipe maintenance tips on Lucy's channel right here. You heard it here first.
It's like you're supposed to change your mattress every 3 months or something, or at least flip it over. But who does that? I mean...
3 months? Christ,
Yeah.
are you rich? 7 years.
I don't do that. No, I mean, not. I mean, you meant to flip it over every 3 months. I mean, but change it every 3 years or something.
Is that just like a massive pile of discarded mattresses out the back of your house?
It's me, everybody. I'm the one that's causing global warming and the landfill problems. Speaking of my massive mattresses.
This doesn't make any sense.
Okay, well, mystery solved.
Yeah. Alright, this takes a little time to try and
Tire tracks.
get everybody to stand in their positions. So what? Wait, I can't remember. You told me what the time check was, but then the stream started going a bit weird. What is the time check?
It's a good question. What chapter are we on?
Chapter 4.
Hey, check this out.
Come on, everybody. Let's get a move on.
You're supposed to be the smart one. What were you missing? It's a kind of mechanism.
Four tires, 4 points of contact. Sully, stand right there. You two. There. Alright, everybody, on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Whee!
Well, this has got to be it.
Oh, scan mode.
Wait, it's the light.
Sully,
Well,
yeah, I'm afraid
goddamn cadabra. Oh yeah, what's happening?
the stream quality is such that I cannot actually read your time off the screen.
No, it's that bad.
Let me think.
Oh,
It's a little bit potato.
this sucks. Oh, it must be that. Let's hope that they go home soon
Over here.
and stop watching TV.
Just thinking outside the box here.
Yeah.
What if you were to go and hit your sister with some kind of packaged soft drink?
Squeeze through here.
I think she would get very angry. She goes to the gym. I do not go
Okay.
to the gym. Well, let's see how it goes, because I don't really want to. If it sucks,
All right, back there.
then there's no real point, is there?
Tight spaces, that's all.
Just keep moving.
I believe. I think with a positive attitude, I think it will all resolve itself.
Yeah. Eventually,
Right,
her
what
boyfriend will have to go
What
home.
chapter are we on?
4.
We're on chapter 4. Okay, and your time is.
Wait, I've got a prompt. I have to kill some people now. There we go. The time is. Oh wait, I can't see because the thingy's obstructing it.
I know, it's very rude, isn't it?
Oh, let's just keep going because we don't actually need a science pistol, but Charlie keeps insisting we use it, even though it's not really Why can't I? Oh, he's telling me off for switching. Okay, so the time is 19:30.
Okay, we're good. Well, you're good.
Oh, thanks. It's good to know.
It's a long way down. Careful, it's slippery.
What is the time to get to chapter 12? What time are we aiming for to get to our destination of today?
I was going to say our goal, but it's really your goal, I suppose, is 2 hours and 13 minutes.
To get to chapter 12?
Indeed.
No, I thought the beginning of the game would be quicker.
I think it is, to be honest. I think this is quite a generous allocation of time.
So that means that the next half of the game is done in like an hour and something.
Yeah, maths. I suspect that what I have on this little printout here is probably not very accurate.
Oh, we have to wait for Sully. I'm on Sully.
Alright, ready? Pull.
How old do you think Sully is when he dies? just thinking out loud, like, obviously he's quite old by the time we get to Uncharted 4. I wonder how old he lived to.
We're having some quite dark questions today, aren't we?
It's a Friday evening. It always gets dark on a Friday evening when you contemplate life.
I see. I would like to think that Sully lives forever in our hearts.
Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, did he die peacefully surrounded by family, who he doesn't have, so it'd be his... No, what is that word? Okay, I was trying to explain this today to somebody, and you'll be able to help me, I hope. What is it when someone writes a book or something, but they don't use their real name, they use a persona name, but that's not the word, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it begins with a P?
Yeah.
Pseudo?
A pseudonym.
Yes!
Pseudonym.
That word, yes, that's what I was trying to say. But I don't know how that related to the Sully thing. But yeah, by his pseudo family. Oh, whatever. You know, his fake family that all love him dearly.
His pseudo family, yes, that's correct.
Oh, that works.
Or his family by proxy, if you like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they would all be there, assuming they weren't in jail or riddled full of bullet holes.
Very, very true. It's a very possible outcome for them all to have. Okay, it's up to me to save the day. We need a stat check on when Sully was born. I'm just trying to work out in my mind. Because if we knew how when he was born, and we could work out what year it is by the end of Uncharted 4, roughly.
Oh, I like what you're thinking.
Yes. He's
born in 1951.
Oh, nice, 1951. So so Uncharted 4 takes place in 2016. Is that right? I can't remember. I think they like to make them take place mostly...
All the games take place in the year they were released.
Apart from Drake's Fortune, which takes place in 2006, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's...
I stand corrected.
little fact there. So yeah, so how old would he be 2016?
I'm good at English, not maths.
Oh sorry.
Hang on, I do have a calculator here though, so I can
okay,
work out.
yeah, just 2016
Make my numlock key work. He would be 65 at this point.
Really? He looks so much older.
Yeah, he's very sprightly. He's very sprightly for 65.
But he still
I think
looks...
he looks older.
Yeah, in Uncharted 4 he does. He looks well old for 65 these days is not like that old. Like if you were 65 50 years ago, I mean, we'd be like, you know, measuring you up for a coffin. But now, you know, you've got another life to live still. Like 65 isn't that old anymore. So I was quite surprised.
I mean, I think a moustache naturally makes someone look older anyway.
Maybe a reckless life, you know, where it puts a toll on you.
Especially on women.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't help. And maybe living the life of bullets and recklessness, you know, gives you a lot of frown lines.
Oh yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. Also, I feel like if you've got good frown lines, you make a better actor as well. So, you know, something for aspiring actors. If you want to impress me with your acting skills, make sure you have some good frown lines.
Oh, you can take that too far, though.
Oh, really?
Or yeah, you can put, like, Josh Brolin, or, That guy out of Sin City, whose name I now can't remember. That's gonna
This is
annoy
the
me.
part where I say I don't really know movies, so these names are lost on
you
me.
don't, do you?
Yes.
Hey, over here.
Okay. When you skip the cutscenes, you never see Marlowe, never see Talbot. Quite enjoy it.
That's a bonus, yeah.
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke, that's who I was looking for. There
Oh
we
yeah,
go.
Mickey Rourke. Yeah. Okay then. Yeah.
He definitely has way too many creases in his head.
Doop. It's like action Nathan Drake. Dun 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 dun. Looking way cooler than anything I can perform.
Mickey Rourke's a weird one because he was like a proper pretty boy in his like the first phase of his career, like back in the late 70s, early 80s, and then he just like completely disappeared from movies for like over a decade, as far as I'm aware, and then he came back looking like Thanos' butt crack.
Oh wow, it's quite the change.
And somehow he is far more successful in his new butt cracky form.
Yeah, I don't really know who he. Like, I only know who he was because he was at WrestleMania that one time, and then he was in the movie The Wrestler, which I watched out of the handful of movies I have seen.
I haven't watched that. I do intend to though.
Yeah, I suppose it was interesting enough. Like, I don't know. I mean. Yeah, I'd say watch it. You might as well.
That's an absolutely persuasive review there.
That's why I don't review movies. Because that's what you get. You might as well watch it. You've got nothing else to do. That's what I feel about most films. Like, for me, most of the time it's like, oh, well, watch it if you've got nothing else going on. Right. Well, that's the thing, because you come home and you've only got a limited amount of time, so you've got to do what you've got to. Oh, I'm pressing triangle to reload. Oh, I'm in Uncharted New School mode. But yeah, you got to use your time to do what you want to do, and I'd obviously rather play a game to unwind. And a movie just feels like such a commitment, you know? It's a long time.
I kind of get that. It does have to be a really good movie for me to like put my pencil or my paintbrush down.
Yeah, so you've got good things to do in your spare time, unlike me. I'm just staring at a flipping screen. You've actually got creative outlets. Whereas, yeah, I'm just like,
And what good have they done me?
Yeah, but it's not about that. It's just about, you know, having something that's not staring at screens all the time, which I think is always a good thing to have going on. Because obviously our lives are very screen-based.
Yes, they are. They're too much so.
Yeah.
Go out and enjoy the sunlight, people, but not right now.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, we do live in England, and we've been asked what time it is. It's 9 o'clock.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh. Right, I know that in this bit I can. Oh, sorry, Sully. Gosh, what a mean friend I am. I just gave him a little bit of a shoot just to make sure he was still awake. You know, still with us, Sully. Yeah. But we can sort of skip past this bit, so I'm gonna. That's the important thing to remember, like to know which bits are somewhat skippable and which bits we have to finish.
Well, I thought that was your wheelhouse.
Well, oh, hello, sir. What are you doing? I'm doing my circling. I'm doing my I want to roll away from you. But no, Uncharted 2's like, get up close. Get in there. Don't be afraid. And I'm like, dude, my cowardice level is up max.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. My perks. If I was a Fallout character, I'd have very good walking speed. That'd be a good high perk that I'd have. But my cowardice would be terrible, terribly high.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Would you like to hear about my Fortnite experience?
Oh yes.
Oh god. Well, I've retired as a loser because it was getting me too angry. All I wanted to do was kill one person. Is that too much to ask? I just wanted to murder somebody, but I couldn't, and it was getting annoyed, and I was just like dropping down. People were doing things I couldn't do, and you know what? I thought about Sully in that moment. I was like, I'm too old for this shit. So I quit and I deleted off my PS4. And that was what happened.
Oh dear.
Let the kids be kids. And enjoy their crazy building. I think the thing is it's a different way of playing. It's like the future, because it's not just, I'm trying to play it like how I would play any game that I've played for many years. You know, you just shoot and do what you got to do. But this is shooting and building at the same time. You've got to be working in two minds, and it's a new way of, yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's, you have to.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Frankly, it was the building aspect that put me off. Not because it was fiddly, but just because I don't think it really adds anything to the game.
But that's the thing. You think that, but that is actually the thing that makes or breaks you as a player. Because if you can't build, and you face someone who can, it's over.
Yeah, but it just feels cheap and horrible. I don't know. I don't have a better way to describe it.
Yeah.
It feels like one of those horrible mobile games.
Well, you can play it on mobile.
Not polished up. Yeah, well, yeah. And it is made by a company that is notorious for churning out mobile games, so...
So yeah, I've deleted it. You know, like any good toxic relationship, you need to know when to walk away, because the person sitting next to me said, Lucy, I think you're a bit addicted. And I was like, you know what? I think you might be right. Even though I was terrible at it. I haven't got any grenades. What have I been doing? Alright, we can run past it. Can you not... Why are you not shooting, Nate? Right. Run and gun. See ya. Yeah, so last time I played this was when I actually did the brutal playthrough, so that's been about a year. So, oh, look at you cheating. You want to... Talbot will reward me for this. What if, you know, when they signed up for people like, hi everyone, we're looking for guards to come and help us defeat this one guy. He's very charming, but don't let that fool you. But yeah, in order to make it into the secret society, you need to look like my right-hand man Talbot. So they all had to get haircuts, and you know, maybe that was on the job description for their job.
Presumably,
maybe,
yeah.
And they've all got the uniform, the black suit, red tie, white shirt. It's gotta be... Oh no, ow. Oh, wait, I've given myself a foot spasm. Ouch. I'm just gonna be in pain for a bit. I don't know why this happens. I get really bad foot spasms sometimes. Maybe it's because I don't exercise. And important.
You may have something to do with it.
Oh, really bad. I get them at night sometimes in my leg. I'll just wake up in night and I'm like, oh. It's probably some underlying medical condition that I will not Google, because then I'll instantly think I'm going to die.
Yeah, if you don't know about it, then it can't hurt you.
No, definitely not, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is sound medical advice.
Yeah, as soon as you Google anything, it tells you cancer, and that's it. It's done. So you don't go there.
It's a bit like opening post. Like anytime I get a letter in a brown envelope, I know there's not going to be anything good inside, so I just don't open it.
Yeah. I stuffed them down my bed, and then when I got a new mattress, I found them all and was like, oh, there's all my student loan letters.
Oh dear.
Oh, sorry, Sully, we don't have time for quips. Right. How's the whole thing looking now? Are we doing, like, quality-wise? We doing okay? Is it still?
Yeah, it's mostly good.
Okay, I'll take it. Oh, that was a lovely jump there. You just sort of, doop, I'd give that a 10. Like, you know, when you go dive, well, when you don't, not that you go diving, but when you watch diving, they're like, oh, what a lovely connection to the water, impact. I don't know what they call it, but then they're like, oh, it's a 10.
Maybe I go diving all the time. How do you know that I don't?
Very good point. It was not a very good assumption I made. You might be a pro diver in disguise.
Based on everything you know about me, what makes you think that I wouldn't go diving on a regular basis?
I don't know anyone that goes diving. It's quite a rare activity.
Fair point.
I said lock. This is where Sully's gonna fumble about. Now I know there's a glitch that I've seen where people who are the professional speedrunners, not the joker over here, is just trying to get by. They do something where they glitch through this wall, and they don't do all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've glitched through walls by accident just during the course of gameplay, but I've never actually intentionally done it for speed purposes.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that there are glitches. Frankly, the game's riddled with them.
Come on, Sally, we need this bookcase. It's like when you watch people speedrunning Bloodborne or something, and they're just doing... Like, there's an art to it, the glitch. Like, I think there's... Because there's the speed ones where people do it 100% legit. They're impressive. But I also find the glitch speed runs impressive too, because you've got to be able to execute that flawlessly. On, like, you know, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the glitch speedrun is a unique art in itself.
Yeah.
I think most sort of official speedruns have like glitched and unglitched as separate categories. You watch events like games done quick and things like that. Although sadly the glitched categories tend to be the ones that live for longer, because people sort of reach the best possible speeds that you can actually achieve in a game, and then it all becomes sort of who can get better at glitching it.
Well, I sort of find the glitching slightly more interesting as well, because it's something you're not supposed to do in the game, and it's like, well, how are they doing that? And it's like something that I wouldn't have discovered myself, you know. So it's like a, oh, they're doing something that...
It does create a community interest, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of a fascinating look into the sort of almost behind the scenes, the game design of like how, like in Uncharted 1, some of the glitches where you can see the maps are like on top of each other, so you can glitch through the wall, and then you drop down, you're suddenly on chapter 13 or something, like whoa, because they were just sitting next to each other.
Yeah, it gave you a really good insight into how the game was made.
Do you ever watch that YouTube channel where they, I don't know what it's called, but it's like they take the camera and they just literally take it wherever they want?
Boundary Break.
Yes, that! They've been doing the Uncharted games recently, and I was like, oh,
yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is a fantastic little show.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that'd be something you might have watched. Oh, I've got to turn the light, it's dark. I thought their Batman one was really good.
Yeah, they found a lot of hidden details in there, like story-related ones. Which is good.
Like ones where Batman's like, when you're in first person mode, Batman's head is like inside his shoulders or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see when they do Uncharted 3.
If anyone wants to go and check out Boundary Break by, I believe his name is pronounced Chesses. Guesswork. There's the link to their profile. Go and have a look. It's interesting, but don't do it right now, obviously, because this is far more interesting.
Well, I would hope so. But yeah.
I say that with no bias whatsoever.
Right, turn these. What if I just went to a museum one day and just started messing with the things like, I'm trying to look for a trapdoor? I'd probably get kicked out. Like, what are you doing?
I think you get kicked out really quickly. In fact, I know for a fact that you would.
They're very strict in those places. Like, oh, these things are really old.
Funny that.
I always hated museums as a kid. My mum was like one of those people that liked to go there, and I was like oh, I hate this, and I'd throw a lot of tantrums. So it would always be a fun day out with the Reeds. I thought it was funny because there was a girl at school. Evidently, this is a girl that I'm actually really good friends with. She was the one I had the fruit box fight with. We're really good friends now. We're still in contact. She was always really jealous because she loved books and everything. And she was like, your parents are both librarians and you went to the Bronte sisters' house. I was like, yeah, it was so boring. She was like, oh my God, I would have loved to have gone there. She was like, always like, oh. And I was like, oh, got taken to this boring place. It's funny that. Aww. The grass is always green on the other side, isn't it? As they always say.
They do say that. Supposedly, people that you don't like when you first meet them, if you later do become on good terms with them, you are likely to become more friendly with them than somebody that you liked from the outset.
Wow, that is an interesting one. Maybe I'll tell her that. Because that's one of our stories that we like to tell when we say, like, oh, do you remember when we hated each other? I'm like, yeah, good times. Oh, how do I swim?
Conjure up that memory of yours and remind me what chapter we're on now.
Okay, we are on chapter 6.
Chapter 6, okay.
Yeah. About... This is quite a long chapter, this one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're doing... Well, you're doing good.
Well, thank you.
I'm doing
Well,
fantastic.
it's a team effort, you know.
It's a good sign.
It's more... I'm more worried about the fights that happen at the end of the game, because I really don't like the caravan section, you know, with the horses and the trucks. It's just... I just really don't like it. What are your thoughts on it?
That's because you're not a movie fan. That scene is like a massive tribute to a really famous movie scene. That
So I'm missing
pretty
out.
Sure, I reckon everyone in the chat knows what that's a reference to. Alright chat, come on.
They're here somewhere.
Let's hear it.
Hunt them down.
The caravan scene towards the end of the game. What movie is that referencing?
I'm uncultured. In case you were wondering, I've literally, I don't know, if you said a film and if I'd watched it, I'd say 8 times out of 10 I've not seen it.
That's depressing.
Yeah, it's just, you know. Oh, you're dead. Yeah, so, but the thing is, it's not just the fact that it is cool, alright, I'll give the fact that it is cool, but I just find it really annoying to play. Like, I just find it frustrating.
It is very similar to the
Don't say it.
similar section from Uncharted 2.
I didn't even say it, but the Uncharted 2 one is better, in my opinion. Because, no, do you know what, it's the horse. Like, no offence to the horse, I'm sure he's a lovely horse. He
No,
does
you're right, the horse is actually rubbish because you can't defend yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And he's always like, I think it's harder to jump between the horse and the cars than it is to jump from car to car, because the cars are on more of a track, whereas the horse is trying to float about and be, you know, free and wild, which obviously they wanted to do because they wanted it to be more off a track than the previous game. But that's what gets me. The dialogue.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a faff to play.
Yeah.
It's got cool bits in it though, like the you know, the bit where you fight the really burly guy on the crane thing.
I suppose.
Which again is massive movie tribute, and somebody in the chat has just cracked the riddle. It's Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, I know the song, but I just don't know the movie. No, the guy. Is it Harrison Ford? Am I going to embarrass myself?
No, it is Harrison Ford,
Yes.
although you don't get any points for knowing that, because frankly if you didn't, I'd just hit the power button right now.
I'll tell you a big faux pas I did the other day. I was like, I said to someone, oh yeah, you know, like how in Superman, is it Clark Kent or Kent Clark? I said the name the wrong way round. The person was like, just let it slide until later, and he was like, you know, you said his name the wrong way round. I was like, to be honest though, the name makes no sense. Like both names are first names and last names. Like, what is it? Is it Kent Clark or Clark Kent? I don't know.
It's Clark Kent.
Okay. But do you know why I'm getting confused? Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. guy, Clark Gregg. See, he's got a confusing name because his first name is Clark and his second name is Greg. But that confuses me endlessly.
I can relate. I think people should have the decency to have clearly discernible first and last names. If you don't, then you're asking to get them mixed up.
Oh, I forgot, you gotta watch the back entrance because people may be sneaking. This bit was a pain on Brutal. Oh, I just hid down here like forever. Let's get out there,
I
Sully.
think I did too.
Oh,
Actually, well, that would have been on Crushing, actually. I must confess I haven't played through Brutal.
you know what? I don't blame you. You know, I probably lost 10 years of my life doing all of them due to stress.
Yeah.
I also
it's a killer.
have a grey hair in my eyebrow. Could be due to that. I think it's probably due to work, but could blame Brutal because I'm like, oh my god, I have a grey eyebrow hair.
Your first grey hair. Oh,
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
it's all downhill from there.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm most worried about getting old? I'm worried about losing the ability to walk fast, because that's going to really put a downer on my life. Like, I can get to the bus stop in 7 minutes. Imagine having to leave my house 30 minutes just to get to the bus stop. That's depressing. I'd be so upset with myself. It's just such a waste of time.
Yeah, I guess.
Old
but
people take a long
I
time
think-
to walk.
Yeah, it is frustrating when you get stuck behind someone really old or slow on like a thin bit of pavement.
Oh yeah. Like.
But
Oh.
I kind of feel like if you're going to walk somewhere, you might as well take your time and do it properly. I'm not saying like be one of these horrible people that stops randomly in the street and causes pile-ups, but you don't need to sprint everywhere.
Oh, I do.
As you get older, I think
Efficiency.
your attitude towards that will change.
Really? Oh, I'll check back in when we
Yeah.
play this game for the 600th time on the PS6 remaster.
Okay.
Let you know how it's going.
Who is
But-
the man talking? The man talking is me. The man is Dan. And
Dan the
I'm
man.
a substitute for Nightbot.
And he is going to help me in this speedrun because I feel like I have to concentrate in order to achieve my dreams. I'm just bashing this wall. So Dan is going to relay anything you have to say to me in the chat or whatever, and just keep me sane, keep me on the path to victory. So thank you very much for spending your evening here, Dan, and helping me
You're
out.
very welcome. I would, however, like to say a big fuck you to the person that suggested I be replaced with Nightbot. That was totally unnecessary.
I mean, Nightbot. People don't like Nightbots. That is a real no play.
I know, right? I'm not ashamed to say I cried myself to sleep that night.
Oh, so it wasn't today that someone said that.
No, that was during the previous stream. So
Oh.
that's been eating away at my self-esteem for a good while now.
Oh no! Well, at least you talk back. Nightbot's not much company, is he? So,
Not
otherwise you'd
really,
have
no.
everyone would have to listen to me just jabber on for ages to myself. At least I feel like we're having engaging conversations with each other.
It's pitch dark.
Even if no one else cares about them, I think at least we're enjoying it. I hope.
Okay, Lucy's going to give a shout out to Sausage Sandwich because he's a long-time subscriber.
Oh, well, thank you, Sausage Sandwich, for being a long subscriber. It's very nice that you've given me that support, honestly. I just don't know what to say, really. It's kind of bewildering. But it's bewildering to think that people actually hear and want to listen to me babble about Uncharted 3, to be quite honest.
Does this place remind you of anything?
Although I would do it in my room
yeah.
alone.
Yeah, that doesn't actually surprise me all that much.
Yeah. What if oh my god, what if something terrible happened to me, like I became really old, and I
Just like Lawrence.
like lost my mind sort of, and I talked about these characters as if they were real, like I'm in an old home, like, remember when me and Sully went to the desert? And they're like, yes, Lucy, yeah. And I'm like, we went to find Sir Francis's treasure, but I'll tell you what happened.
Some sort of
I'm like 99% sure that is how you're going to end up, to be honest.
No, it's just that the shocking realization that that might be my life. Do you know where my wife Elena is? No. What?
Oh dear, I'm 100% sure that I'm going to die alone and be eaten by my own cats, and it'll be like months before anybody notices.
What's the worst way to
Absolutely
go out? Death by your own cats, or just
Well, no,
going
no,
mental?
I would have just died. They just eat you after you're dead.
Right.
Yes, I am a trophy hunter. So is Lucy.
Yeah.
Did kind of have a bit of a competitive trophy situation going on for a while.
I was wondering
but,
if you were going to remember that.
Yeah, but Lucy was
Sully, give me
too
one.
hardcore for me, and she's left me in the dust.
Well, thank you.
So yeah,
Much better. You know, one of these days,
I cower in shame.
what are you talking about?
Though I do think that you could overtake me again because I don't know how many trophies I own this week. 3? How many trophies are you in this week? Sometimes I go through phases of getting a lot and not getting a lot. But then I am trying to
Ooh,
platinum
like
The Witcher 3, so that is
Yeah.
a big halt on
I've-
any progress.
I've only had like 3 trophies this week as well, but I'm playing Neo exclusively, and that just like does not hand out trophies, and it's a really long game.
Can we put this in the thing? Yeah, so when you're playing like a game like that, it really... Alright, let me think.
Exactly.
Right, so I think... That's the ball.
Pretty elaborate.
I'm gonna see if I remember this from memory now. Actually, that I'd be. Do you know what? I'd be so happy that I'd want to print this out and give it to my mum to put on the fridge, so she could tell me how proud she was of me for remembering this, and she wouldn't care. If I could do it. I'm not sure if I have done it. It's something like that. Oh! There we go. Thanks. Whew. A bit worried then. I'm glad I looked at it this morning though. I wouldn't have been able to do it without it. But my cheat sheet is in my bag.
I was about to say that is a stunning feat of recollection, but if you looked at it earlier today, then
Yeah.
frankly, I'm unimpressed. And
I was
just go home.
Well, I was going to have the paper in front of me, but I forgot to get it out. I did remember the puzzle from, the one where you walk along the floor. For some reason, I always just remember that one. And the knights.
Oh, really? The one where you walk along the floor that we saw a little while ago, I always cock that one up by reading the paper, like, back to...
Oh.
I always read it like the start is the end, and try to go, yeah. Heaven knows why.
Only the inner workings of your mind know why.
Yeah, you don't want to go there, it's a messed up place.
3,000 years ago. Without the rest of that inscription, we still don't know where to look. Let's hope the other half is in Syria.
Chat are not a fan of this puzzle.
Oh, well, yeah, it's not my favourite either. Next video.
It's not my favourite,
Top
but it's
10
not the
puzzles.
worst.
I'm not doing a top 10 puzzles. That's too in depth.
I think worst puzzle was certainly worth investigating.
Oh, now let's delve into this live. Oh, we've got to brush the sliders. Sully, can you move on out, because I'm going to get eaten alive, much like how Dan's going to get eaten alive by his cats. Even though he says they'll eat him when he's dead. Worst
Chapter 7.
Oh, chapter, yes.
Currently
There we go.
51 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, you're kind of on par. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is good.
That's good to know. I feel like
when I think of worst puzzles, my mind
Yeah.
immediately goes to Uncharted 4.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of the one when you get to the island, not the island, but the fake island, and you have to like turn those balls around on the walls. And I remember just even the first time I did that, I was like, what is this? Is like really lame. Like it wasn't an enjoyable puzzle. It was just, and it took forever. You know what I'm talking about?
The one where the lights shine through it, or the ones with the massive spheres.
The spheres, yeah, and the statues come up over each one.
Yeah, I know the one on the chapter where you've got access to the boat.
Yes.
Yes, that puzzle is absolutely ludicrous, and the giant statues that like pop out of the ground are just like, what?
Yeah, I just don't.
Like, who goes to the effort of like making all these mechanical statues and then just like burying them in case some random person like figures them out? It's so weird.
During that little cutscene there, can we just take a moment to look at how sweaty Nathan Drake is? I've never seen that. It's just when he's standing there, it's just like sweat drenched. I didn't know he got sweaty. But yeah, I just felt that one wasn't enjoyable when I was playing it the first time either. It wasn't hard, particularly, but it wasn't very mentally engaging either. It was just, terribly...
No, it wasn't difficult. It was just irritating and really broke the flow of the game, which is already fairly erratic, shall we say.
What does everyone else say? What's everyone else's least favourite puzzle in all of the Uncharted realms? If anybody
Chat is sort of agreeing that Uncharted 4 has piss poor puzzles.
Oh, okay,
and,
that's interesting to know.
The Golden Ninja agrees with me that Uncharted 3 has the best puzzles.
Oh.
So Golden Ninja obviously knows what's what.
Who was the puzzle team on this one? We need to praise whoever they were, and where did they go for Uncharted 4? But then there's not actually that many puzzles in this game. The beginning of this game is very puzzle heavy, but after, I think all the puzzles we're going to be doing are going to be in this first half. Tomorrow there aren't any puzzles.
Yeah, there's like a massive bombardment of them around the when you first just have to take in the flight.
Yeah.
To a Middle Eastern country that I can't remember the name of.
Yemen.
Go me. Yemen, thank you. They're not very well spread out in this game. They all kind of come at once.
Yeah.
But they are great puzzles nonetheless.
But then I think in the terms of the story, maybe it's because Francis Drake turned around, he didn't make it the whole way, so that he didn't leave any puzzles. Oh, Sir Francis Drake and his crazy puzzles! He's got to,
Yeah.
Who's over here?
And yet despite that, in all the games, there's kind of this trope where, like, you're the first person to crack this puzzle and open this giant monolithic door, and yet somehow there are always still villains waiting for you on the other side of it.
Okay, tell me this, Mr. Indiana Jones fan. Does that not happen in the Indiana Jones movie? Because I've not watched them, so I can't confirm or deny. But surely that must happen.
Not really. Not to the ridiculous extent that it happens in Uncharted. I mean, the villains do always catch up or thwart Indiana Jones, more or less. But no, they're not just like waiting for him by. After you spent like an hour trying to crack a puzzle or whatever.
What were they like, a reverse surprise party? Like, hey everybody, we're in the tomb before Nathan Drake. Let's all hide, and when he comes, we'll all go surprise and throw grenades and shoot him.
I can imagine that being on like the outtakes reel if it was a movie.
Oh my god, that'd be so fun! Like beep beep, surprise! Okay, everybody. Did you see that there is an outtake in Uncharted Golden Abyss? You've played it, right? Haven't you?
I have, yes.
And have you played it on Crashing? Yeah.
I have, yes, and my fingers were bent into horrible disfigured shapes for a good couple of months afterwards.
Did you notice that they put in an outtake in the actual story when you played it on Crashing? It's a very odd moment.
Did they? I can't remember, but I must have done it.
Yeah, do you know what it is? It happens so quickly and it's not really explained that it is an outtake. That I remember when I played it, I was like, wait, what happened? It's really confusing because it happens and then the game just goes to black and you just, oh gosh, that was weird, something odd happened there, and the game just goes back to where it was before the outtake. It's basically when you get to the end, there's like a dead body that you find. Not really, I don't know if this is spoilers, but it's not, I don't think it's really bad.
It's an old game on a console that's been officially dead. I think it's fine.
Yeah, so you find the dead body, and what's meant to happen is Nate looks at it, and they're like, "Oh, hey!" Blah, blah, blah. But in the Crashing outtake, the dead body gets up and goes, "Rah!" And the girl Chase goes, "Oh my god!" and screams, and like she's really afraid. She wasn't expecting that to happen, and then they all laugh, and everyone goes, "Oh, okay, ha ha ha, you got me! Oh my god, that was really funny." And then it goes to black, and they go back up to the dead body, and what really happens. It's really odd.
How bizarre.
Yeah.
What's more bizarre is I don't remember that.
Oh, I'm gonna die, get out of here. Oh, no I'm not. See, that's where the circle almost tripped me up because I'm trying to roll away. I've lost my ears, my hearing has died. But yeah, if you haven't seen it or can't remember it, look it up. It's so odd. I was very confused.
I think most likely I probably like skipped past it or just like wasn't watching when it happened.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
That game had like so many interruptions, it kind of irritated me, so when I went back to play it on higher difficulties I just kind of like skipped all the cutscenes and just didn't really pay much attention. I know that's a really terrible travesty and you're really angry at me for doing that. But
bad, Dan. But
yeah, you got to admit, like every 5 seconds with the touchscreen puzzles. Like,
yeah.
just, dude,
no, I can understand.
Let me walk.
No, but do you know what the worst bit is? You can't even skip them all. Like, now I'm going to confess that I've skipped some of them. It's like still loading, and you're like, oh, you press it to try and skip it, and it's like, oh no, it's still loading. Press it again, oh, it's still loading.
It's a very weird game, that one. And like mysteriously, partway through the game, it suddenly decides that you can touch treasures to pick them up. It's like this wasn't a thing before, and you just suddenly introduced it in the middle of a cutscene. What's going on? That made me really angry.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, where it's like a long sort of chapter where it's just talking, and you could just tap in the background.
Yeah,
you'd be too bored to watch it.
Yeah. There's all these twinkly objects all through the cutscene. I'm like, these twinkly objects are like obscuring my view of the cutscene. I didn't think to like touch the screen to pick them up. Like, this isn't a game mechanic. Nobody told me about this.
I thought it was just the effect, like, oh, all this stuff in this cutscene's really shiny, and I was like, okay, I get it. Oh, go. I wonder how many pounds Nate would lose by the end of this adventure. He'd be like...
quite a lot in sweat, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be chiseled like Chris Pratt by the end of it. That's someone I know. Got a movie reference in. Haha. Oh, go.
Chat says, do you think there are too many different ideas in this level? There are the bugs, the fighting, and then the whole building being set on fire. Could they not decide?
That is actually a very good point that I've not really thought of, but I think you're absolutely correct. There are a lot of... They're just trying to cram in everything, yeah, now that I think about it. Into this
that's
one.
the whole game, though, really. They were just trying to sort of one-up themselves from Uncharted 2, which was already a total roller coaster.
Yeah. Someone had like a whiteboard where they put all these cool ideas, and someone was like, let's just do them all. Like, yeah.
Yeah, they just like throw everything at it, yeah. But to their credit, I mean, they did a lot of like technologically impressive stuff.
Yeah.
The fire physics animations they used here were like really impressive for a PS3.
Yeah, especially how the fire actually progresses as you're like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that is impressive. Sometimes you forget... Do you know what I had? I had a very weird experience when I played Uncharted 2 recently because I was capturing some footage, and I swung the camera around to look at Nate, and I'd never thought of this before because I'm so used to games now. He said a quip, and his mouth didn't move, and I was broke, and that broke the illusion for me, and it never happened before because obviously that wasn't a thing that... But now... You play games and of course the character's mouth is moving. That's what you expect in gameplay, but it wasn't. And that was a really weird moment where I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's funny in hindsight because... Yeah.
It suddenly showed its age, like in a way that I hadn't realised before, because obviously I just play the game so often.
Old games always look better in your mind as well, don't they? You don't remember the little issues like that.
Oh, goodbye France. I've been to France. Have you been to France?
No, thankfully.
Thankfully? Wasn't so bad, apart from that one holiday where we were in the middle of nowhere. But
it's full of French people. That's definitely a downer. Come on, we're English. We're supposed to hate on the French.
Oh, right,
That's like
I see.
national duty.
Well, everybody hates us then, if we're going down that route. I mean, Eurovision is...
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Just everybody hates us.
Talking of like throwing all the ideas at the wall, that sequence you just did there with the collapsing roof, how many times does that happen in this game? Because like Uncharted 2 ends more or less with a sequence like that, and then you do it like 2 or 3 times in this game, like running away from collapsing floor. It's like seriously overused.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it does. Alright, here I've gotta be the ninja. Where are they? There we go. Get my mag. What is your favourite Uncharted 3 gun?
For the most part of the game, the Gmal, I would say.
Oh yeah, that is a winner.
Just because it's the most accurate. And Uncharted has always had this kind of weird thing, well, in the first 3 games, where rifles weren't really all that powerful.
Oh, are you actually kidding me?
Accuracy was kind of more of a thing than how powerful they were.
I do enjoy the mag, even though I just literally wasted all the shots on it. I haven't actually done any real...
Spray that's everywhere. Like
they were warning shots. Just like, I will kill you, just don't make me have to do it.
We've got Cal 7 from the chat, which I'm pretty sure is them for the ironic.
No, that's a bad one.
Although it was possible to abuse it in really hilarious ways in multiplayer on certain levels.
They are. That's what it's the multiplayer that gives the Cal 7 a bad name. So I do feel a little bad, ditching on it because it's a fine weapon, I guess, in single player, but just got a bad taste.
No, let's be honest, it's not. Ugh. And then they give it to you at a point as well where you're not shooting enemies at like really close range. It's really poorly implemented, frankly. It's fairly accurate because they're like pirates and they shouldn't have like really good quality guns, but. Trying to pick people off from a distance with the Cal 7 is torture.
Sully, are we gonna do the thing? What's happening here? He's not moving. Oh, okay. Oh right, fine. He wanted to use his favourite wheel. Fine, yeah. Right. Oh, it's me. I'm messing up because I'm. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to play a new game. You know, in the new days, you do things with the analog sticks. You don't mash buttons anymore. I was trying to like turn it as in real life.
Come on, this way. You better hurry it up.
We will, Sully, don't worry.
Bye bye, Mr. Sandwich. Thank you for joining us while you could.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sandwich, for sticking about and watching it. I'll be back tomorrow if you were interested in the next part. But have a nice evening, afternoon, morning, possibly.
We treasure every viewer. You are all shining stars, except for the French ones.
No, you can't say that.
I want to see how much your subscriber count drops after that.
What?
Check it out.
I'd have to look at my YouTube analytics to see where all the how much percentage of my fans are from. Fans, that sounds really lame. That subscribe are from France. Most, as you can imagine, most is America, and then it's UK, and then it kind of just dips to lots of little other places. You know, it's not like a big chunk that I can remember. Oh, hello.
I'm only kidding, Mr. Ninja. It's just my civic duty as a British person to pretend to hate the French. I really have no issue with them whatsoever. It's a countrywide running joke. We do it to the Welsh as well.
Yeah, but thing is, oh my God, I'm just not hitting this. In the UK, all the neighbouring countries hate us.
Well, so yeah, quite rightly so.
Yeah, but I feel like sad because there's nothing I can do about it because it happened so long ago. And why can't we all just be friends? Like, I know we did terrible things, but we can't. The living now can't be held accountable, surely.
This place is crawling with agents.
I'm in the apparently. No, I'm most definitely not. If anything, I'm mocking the middle class. I could not be more working class. But thanks, I guess.
Find our way into the crypts with this globe. The entrance has got to be hidden here someplace.
There, that's the highest tower.
What's the time for this trophy? I don't know. What is the time for this trophy?
It is
Lucy?
4 hours and 15 minutes.
Well, I think we're going to be fine then.
The only way to the tower is
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, people say this one is definitely easiest. I think then it's Uncharted 1, and then 2 is the hardest. I'm not sure about Uncharted 4. I've not really looked at the grapevines on how easy or hard Uncharted 4 is.
I didn't have too much trouble with it.
Oh, whoops. Oh, howdy, everybody. I just jumped into your conversation like a reckless person. But, you know, I thought it's probably best to just, you know, get out of the way and just start shooting.
And why not?
Yeah, there's only more enemies to have to kill.
While you're polishing these guys off, I'll do a little bit of plugging.
Oh, yeah?
After we're done with this for today, if any of the audience wants to go and look through Lucy's back catalogue, there's a nice little collaboration section where we did a couple of speedrun races against each other, which was lots of fun. So go and have a look for those.
Oh yeah, they were good. Yeah.
I was going to say we should do more of them, but there's only so many times I can get my ass kicked.
Well, it'd have to be a different game that we both. Can we? Oh, see, I'm going to get killed because I'm on easy. It's fine. But
I should stop distracting you, really.
No, it's because I'm trying to roll away because that's my instinct as a coward is to run. But this game's like, no, face your demons.
And levitate somewhat.
Yeah, I know that was interesting. No, as Doughnut Drake, anything is possible. Interesting how they didn't add a speedrun trophy to the Lost Legacy, which is good, I think, in, you know, hindsight. Well, not hindsight, you know, I would rather there not be a speedrun trophy than then put one in for the sake of it. There isn't one, is there? Now I'm saying that. I don't think there is.
Not that I remember. I don't think there is, no.
I just don't think Uncharted's meant to be speedrunned.
No, not really. Especially not the Lost Legacy, which was very much a kind of take it at your own pace kind of shindig.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, you'd have to drive straight through
Which I
all
really,
that stuff.
which I really like about it. Actually, I know it's been criticised a lot for the sort of random open sections that break up the flow, but I really liked that. I think if you're going to have a game that's about a treasure hunt, then have an actual treasure hunt as a core part of the game rather than just scattering treasures everywhere.
What's going on over here?
Not saying they should do it for every game, but you know, I think it was a really good move to do one game in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think that... Like, that's why I kept the speed runs, like, I haven't done them, because I just didn't want to do them, because it just felt like... there's no joy in it. Like, I remember when I did Uncharted Drake's Fortune, that's the only one I did beforehand. I don't even think I was paying attention. I was like, watching something or listening to something, because it was like... I'm not playing the game, am I? Oh, I wish I had my tiny sniper. Oh, well, goodbye. Oh, wait, restart checkpoint. Not sure what happened there. Just gave up on life.
That's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
Or stupid, depending on what exactly happened.
I mean, if anything goes terribly wrong, I'm just going to blame it on the fact that I've been at work. And, you know, it's been a long day.
I think given that nobody can see you, you can just kind of go, oh, control problems! I've noticed Eurogamer pull that one all the time. Like every time they go on Dark Souls, they're like, oh, the controllers just stopped working. It's like, yeah, sure it has.
Yeah. I'm too much of a wear my heart on my sleeve kind of person. I just tell people the truth too much by accident and then regret it instantly.
I respect that.
I'm just like, blah, 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 and just blur it all out, and I'm like, I wish I hadn't said all that. Now what? Take a grenade in the face.
That's probably the worst place to take a grenade, I would say.
Yeah. What are these things and why are they here? Weird sort of... No worries, guys. That's what I'm here for. Literal bullets went on after the fight one of these people. What is the deal with these people? Like... The brute guys. What are we yaying or naying on the brute guys? I'm naying on them. I don't think they're particularly a great fight or a great addition to the game.
No, they're just kind of, yeah, quick time events suck. Can we agree that quick time suck?
I think a little bit of quick time is not bad for the soul, but too much of that stuff can obviously break you. But I don't mind quick time and stuff, because obviously certain games like Heavy Rain or Detroit, which has come out today, they're like quick timey things, but if done in the right way.
Yes, yeah, they actually use it as a gameplay mechanic to put pressure on you and yeah, to stop you from overthinking things, I guess. But just arbitrarily throwing quick time events into the middle of action games is horrible. Do
you know what comes to my mind? You've played The Order, right?
Oh god.
Oh, that's like
the stealth chapter, yeah?
Yeah, no, not just that. It's like the "Are you awake?" in this cutscene quick time event, because we know it's been on 10 minutes, and we just want to make sure that you're still watching.
Yeah.
It's like press X. We're like, oh, okay, well, so I put my controller down. Oh,
Yeah.
That was a weird one.
The pre-reboot Tomb Raider games loved to do that as well. You'd be like, you just put your controller down because Lara had been talking for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden, like a boulder would just drop out of the sky and fall on your head, and be like, "Ha! I showed you."
Well, I only ever played Tomb Raider 2, and then that was it until the reboot one. So I never really knew about all these other ones that were happening in between that time.
I know they've got a very big fan base, but frankly, you didn't really miss a lot.
What are your thoughts on Shadow of the Tomb Raider? I have a kind of a bit like, huh.
I really like the setting. I think the Mayan ruins are really cool visually. I wasn't such a big fan of the whole icy deal in the last game.
Oh yeah.
I think there's only so much snow you can look at before you get bored. And I like warm colour palettes in games generally. I think.
Oh, Sully, you're in my bleeding way. Yeah, sorry, do continue.
Obviously, Lara is getting a little bit bloodthirsty, it seems. But,
yeah, see, that's my thing. It's like
perhaps that will work into the plot in a meaningful way. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, Nathan Drake kills an awful lot of people. Let's be fair.
Yeah, but he doesn't brag about it, or do you know? She came off as the villain to me in that trailer. Like, she just, I don't think. Obviously, that was probably maybe the point, but I was like, she just seemed like a bad person.
Yeah, she did. I'm pretty sure that's deliberate.
Yeah.
I'm being really careful not to say too much here because I may have seen a bit more of that game.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I just watched it and I was like, she just seemed like suddenly an SSA soldier or whatever they're called. She's like jumping down from the trees, taking people out, all like crazy, like almost like Batman or something. And I was like, I saw a tweet where someone said, "You're an archaeologist." Like almost superhuman. Yeah. Yeah, it's strange.
She's a pretty crap archaeologist in the reboot, frankly. I mean, she just picks things up and reads what it says on them. Oh,
wait, let me see if I can do my Lara Croft impersonation. Wait, let me think of something. Like, she said, like, oh, I can't think. It's like, oh, come on, get out of the way, Charlie. She's quite posh, isn't she? She's like, oh, I'm trying to think of something that she said. She'd like look at things like, oh, this journal, it was from this camp. Like, do you know what I'm saying? She always like would speak in this weird way. I was like, and I was like, yeah, okay. She'd like be really interested in it all, but it was kind of boring reading those long things.
This weird, like, intonation in her voice of like, sounds like they were going for surprised. I guess. You did a very good impression of it, actually.
Oh, thanks. It's been a while since I've played it. I keep meaning to play the second game. I might break a rule.
Game. And co-op also very good. Just throwing that out there.
Well, my rule is I played it in 2016. The last time I played it. So it's been quite a long time, and I normally don't replay games from the very beginning if I've already started them because I feel like can't be bothered to do that. But because I do really want to play this game, I might make an exception and play it from the beginning and break 2 rules at once, because not only am I going to play it again from the very beginning. Oops, that's the wrong window. Oh, blimey. I might play it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, go for it. I went straight in on a pretty high difficulty, and I'm glad I did, because the first game was like hella easy.
Oh, okay, alright, that's good to know. Because I hate people that go... I've had people say to me, oh, Uncharted's a rubbish game, I hated it, it sucked, and it was really hard and unfair. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I see your point. What difficulty did you play it on? And they're like, crushing. And I was like, well, what do you expect? Like, if you've never played the game before, of course crushing's going to be hard. Have I been seen? I have. I wonder if they... Oh, they bring more enemies when you've been seen. Damn it, that was bad.
Going back to Lara Croft, you think she's posh in the reboots? Like, you should have heard her in the original games. She was like proper, like made in Chelsea tough voice.
Oh really? So like,
yeah, it was
I was going out with my dad, and we were on a boat going to go find this tomb, and then we were like, should we just stop off for a Starbucks? Was she all like that?
Oh, worse. Yeah. And a know-it-all as well. So she'd like look at a statue and like give you a lecture on it in snobbery voice.
We learnt about this at boarding school when I went away for like 8 years and didn't see my family. I'm like, all right, Lara, go chill out.
That's not far off. Not far off. It's been suggested in chat that maybe you should get into voice acting, although I would make the counterpoint that chat hasn't heard your Samuel Drake impression.
Do you think my Sam Drake's bad? I quite enjoy it.
No comment. Moving on.
Well, thanks everyone. I'm glad you think that I could do posh somewhat well.
The posh was great. I'll give you that.
Well, the thing with the Sam one is I probably caricature him a bit much because I find him more irritating than are we going to do the thing? I mean, Drake, what, Charlie? I sort of play it up because he's like, Nate, why can't we go over here and look at this thing? Because, you know, I'm your big brother after all, Nathan. You know what I'm saying? He's always like condescending and slow talking and stopping and starting. Thinks he knows it all as well.
Stop. All over the place. Certainly describes it. Like, his accent doesn't know what it is.
That's probably what makes it so hard to remember, you know, to do it. Because as much as I love Troy Baker, it's a very strange accent. Like, I remember when they were showing off the Jeep section, and he drives up next to you on his Jeep, and you're in the car. No, he's on his bike, and you're in the Jeep, and he's like, "Oh, what took you so long, brother?" And I'm like, "Why is he proper like that? It's really weird." What are we looking at? Oh, I don't want to look at the journal. I'm going to look at the stars.
There's that symbol again.
Okay, it's down here.
Yeah, maybe it's not in the sky this time, but down below somewhere.
Okay, I had a strange request from chat that I do an impression of Lazarevich.
Do it! Chat, you're into it. Let's all be people. Okay.
They are. I can't actually remember how he sounds though, so if you could just bear with me a second, I'm just gonna go and find a Lazarevich quote.
You got to pray. Who was like, Drake, you will not stand in the way of destiny. Oh, I've screwed up. I forgot what I was doing. He's got that, you know, that this little man is Drake. Kind of that sort of thing.
That almost sounded like Bane, not movie Bane, like comic Bane.
Oh.
Give me a second.
Okay, yeah, Dan needs to do some method acting. He needs to get into character, research the role.
They're over there! Shit! They spotted us! Come on, Charlie, we can't stay pinned down here. We gotta move!
I wish I had a better gun, but sadly I do not. The thing is, I've not really been paying attention, which is, like, great. Oh, and we can throw back grenades, which is something that I had to learn how to do very recently. Can we... I don't want to get sniped in the face. We'll just wait for Sully to bail us out as per usual. Still, I'm pressing triangle to reload, so the Uncharted 4 controls have really dug themselves into my brain. We really need to clear people out in this bit as well, because the thing, it won't move forward until we've cleared out a good chunk of people. So, come on. Am I even hitting this person? I don't think I am. I need a gun that's going to be a bit... Oh, that's it. We need you to come to me. Can someone have a good gun? Is that too much to ask? Maybe I need to sit a bit close to my TV to see a little bit better. There we go. Come on, Sully. I need you. Oh, someone's got a shotgun. I ain't sticking about for that. Oh, it's you. You were behind me the whole time. Oh, it's double shotgun. It's a double shotgun sandwich, everybody. And I'm dead, but I'm going to restart the checkpoint. Is that really going to happen? So we go on 220, on 22. It does go back in time.
That's very good to know.
Yeah, that is. But I really need a Gmol. I should have picked one up earlier, but it's too busy.
This would be a good time to have one.
I think there might be one down here, actually. It's too busy being posh Lara Croft. Even posher Lara Croft than usual.
Alright, I've done some pretty hardcore multitasking here. I think I can...
Okay.
Lazarevich.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Dan as Lazarevich. Well, you know, got to give the people what they want.
You've been a thorn in my side for far too long.
It's not bad. I like how you got an authentic quote as well. You were true to the script. The director would be very happy with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna do something, do it right.
I would improvise, and they're like, "Sorry, Lucy, can you just stick to the script?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I just thought it'd be funny if my character said this." And they're like, "You know what? We'll try one where we just say what's in the script." And I'm like, "Okay," but we can try the other one afterwards.
I can imagine like an absolutely fuming director.
Yeah.
Totally at their wits' end as you just like completely ignore their script.
Yeah. I just don't think what my character would say this. Like, ugh. Oh yes, all right, Sully. We need you. Do you know what? I'm just gonna get stuck in.
Caused me to recall a really traumatic event from my past.
Oh, Gmall. Oh yeah, well.
Oh dear, I haven't got my microphone on properly. Dear me. Yes, when I was in primary school, and we had to do school play. Do they still do those? Do.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was forced to play a postman, and all I had to do was walk on stage, collect the post from the post box, and leave again. And during the rehearsals, I asked the head teacher of the school, should I whistle? Because I had no lines during the sequence, and he like gathered everybody around and was like, ask me that again, and was telling everybody, this is what I want from you, this is acting, I want suggestions like that. He made a really big deal about it. And come the actual night where we had to perform, yeah, there were film cameras out and everything. And did I whistle? Yes. Did I fall flat on my face? Yes.
Oh no! Do you know? I thought the story might have gone like you tried to whistle and you missed the whistle and you couldn't do it. You couldn't perform. But thankfully,
I probably could have gone away with that. But falling on your face is pretty hard. It's like I didn't like combat roll out of it or anything.
Oh,
it was just full on face plant.
Ouch.
So yeah, that's on a VHS tape somewhere. Thankfully, nobody
yeah. I am Betamax man. But we're gonna look over here. Touch some walls. Not been paying attention to the same. I'm sure someone's showing their kid this. Like, this is when I was the main character in the school play. I don't know how to get them to come over here. We have to go over here so that Charlie gets drugged. Okay, we have to wait for Sully. Yeah, still just go.
There is an awful lot of waiting for NPCs in this game.
Yes. Okay, there we go.
Can't stay here. We gotta move.
That's one of my like huge gaming gripes, is waiting for NPCs.
There was a famous one in Assassin's Creed 2. Did you play Assassin's Creed 2?
I did, yes.
Do you remember there was a mission where the mission is literally just follow? What is it? Was it Leonardo da Vinci? Yeah, he was in it, wasn't he?
Yes, I did.
So there's a mission where you literally just have to walk and talk to him, and you desynchronize if you walk too far away from him. Mission failed. It's like, oh, for goodness sakes. That was so annoying.
It's infuriating.
I just wanted to rob some people while we chatted about whatever it was we chatted about. The middle way.
The third Ezio game, well, it wasn't particularly good. At least you could just hold a button to walk in. Yeah, you could just hold a button to walk in time with someone, which did ease the pain a bit. Not as much as hitting the power button did, though. You know.
No, the end of my Assassin's Creed days was Assassin's Creed 3. That's the one that killed me, and I didn't play an Assassin's Creed game again until Origins, which I still haven't played much of, to be fair, but I do want to. But yeah, I couldn't.
Specifically, it was quite near the beginning of Assassin's Creed 3, when you've got to like overhear some people talking in a pub, and it's like so convoluted and irritating. I was just like, this doesn't feel like a game. This feels like work. And the combat was like really piss poor because the frame rate was so low, and I just kind of went, you know what, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, I just felt like as well the setting was cool, but it suddenly lost the Assassin's Creed feel that I liked about it. Like, I kind of liked how it was like, I don't know, I felt like Ezio, even though I'd never played the first, but Ezio felt like the heart and soul of it almost, and having this new guy and being in somewhere that wasn't like as far in the past sort of felt weird.
Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from. I think the change of environment wasn't a particularly great choice.
Climbing trees was fun. I'm glad I thought that was quite a good way that because jumping across the roofs was like one of my favourite things to do, and then they added it to all the trees and stuff, which was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I think you know, interesting historical environments is a big you know, a big attraction of the series, and that one kind of didn't really have a, you know, it's not a particularly
Come on, just one more.
impressive kind of location.
Yeah, and I felt sorry as well for the main character because he just wasn't very interesting either. Like, the other guy was more interesting than him that you played at the beginning, and it was like, oh, I want to play him.
Don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, it was getting the platinum that killed it for me. Like, if I was to do another top list of platinums I absolutely hated getting, that one would be in it.
Hang on, you didn't like the game, but you got the platinum anyway. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, the thing is, it wasn't like that was the time where I was like, you know, I had a lot of time on my hands, so it was like I didn't really mind spending the time, but it was trying to get the objectives. I think was what really killed it for me. I didn't hate the game, like hate it. I know I just didn't really like it that much, but it was like, you know, we had to get 100% synchronization. Those were annoying me, and I get this problem where once I put time into something, I have to see it through suddenly. I can't, like, you know what? I just feel like you can't waste the time now. If I put 5 hours into trying to do something, I have to do it, because otherwise it's 5 hours down the drain, and that's worse than spending 10 hours to do the thing.
Mixed feelings on that one.
That's probably
I think
a terrible
we've probably identified
issue.
the reason why you managed to take the lead on the trophy front, though, because clearly you're willing to wade through a literal river of shit for a platinum trophy.
Well, the thing is, I have a trophy equation, and it's like like it's something like enjoyment times difficulty divided by time, depending on what all those equal to, will be the time.
Oh, Lord.
So, for instance, I didn't really... Okay, this is a good one that I think about, okay? I didn't like the Far Cry games, but the Platinum was really easy, so why not just clean up those final trophies, even if I didn't really like it? I wanted to complete the game because I wanted to have a full opinion. Oh, that's the other thing I like to do. I like to complete it. Even if I didn't like it, I wanted to complete it so I can say, I beat the game, and these are the reasons why I didn't like it. Not that anyone comes up to me in the street and goes, hey Lucy, what did you think about Far Cry 4? Let me tell you.
No, that is a valid point. If a movie isn't very good, I'll sit through to the end, and I'll generally try and play a game through to the credits, even if I'm not totally loving it. It's rare that I just fully be in a game.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3 being an exception.
So I like to see a task through.
I get that. You got to give it a chance.
Yeah.
Unless it's like World of Warcraft and it's like 6 million hours of your life.
Yeah, then you can't really finish that type of game. It's not really.
Yeah.
Like, by the time I got to the end of Far Cry 4, I looked at how many trophies I had left, and it was like, well, I could do these. They're not particularly hard. Just listen to a few podcasts and it's done.
But, I mean, based on your equation, though, this would surely mean that you have to buy that puzzle-siding game where you can earn the platinum in, like, 20 seconds?
Yeah, but the enjoyment is number one. Like, the thing is, I'm not going to buy a game just to platinum. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. First and foremost, if I buy a game, I'm buying it because I want to play it. That's the number one thing on my list. Like, I've never bought a game just to get the platinum. The only time I bought something just for the trophies was the Fallout New Vegas DLC, which was like, here's a DLC and it gives you some trophies. It's just about guns. That's the only time I've ever done it, just for a couple of bronze trophies. It's the dumbest thing ever. I'm not sure I even got them all. I can't remember. Do you know what I'm talking about, that DLC?
I do, yes. It was called Gunrunner's Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the trophies for it because I got that DLC really late, sadly. I say sadly because I actually think that's a really, really good DLC. I wish I'd had it from the start of the game because it added a lot of content to the game, scattered through it really nicely. Yeah, Fallout 4 could have used something like that because I felt that was a bit lacking in guns. Like a few more mods and guns scattered through that would have been lovely.
I don't really remember it too much, to be honest. I didn't.
It added like loads of revolvers and rifles and just fairly historically accurate guns, but there was just a massive variety of them. Whereas, like, cast your mind across Fallout 4, if you want a machine gun, for example, you've got like 2 choices basically.
Sorry,
and if you want an effective one, you've got 1 choice, you know. So it was really nice in New Vegas where you could like keep picking up different machine guns and they would actually look different and play differently, but they would all be usable.
See, my unpopular opinion is that I don't like Fallout New Vegas as much as I like Fallout 3, which I know is unpopular, but...
Well, a lot of people rate Fallout 3. I think it's the old-timers that prefer New Vegas, generally.
Well, wasn't it... Which game was it? Was it Horizon Zero Dawn that was written by the guy that wrote the quests for Fallout New Vegas? There was a game recently and everyone was like, oh, the guy who wrote the Fallout New Vegas quests helped with this game. I think it was Horizon.
Wow, you've actually caught me out there. I'm not aware of this.
Anybody know?
Now I need to know.
I've got to know, because I don't think the side quest in Horizon Zero Dawn was that great, if that is the case. Maybe it's another game that I'm getting confused with.
There we go.
Oh, wait, before we continue, this is my favourite line in the whole of Uncharted 3. We need to appreciate it.
What's the matter, Charlie? Oh, kitty don't like getting wet.
I hate getting wet.
Don't be such a sissy.
Oh, I love it. I hate getting wet. There we are. Resume. I had to hear it. It's my favourite line.
Okay, one more.
I can't think what other game it would be.
Totally derailed me now. I can't remember. Oh yeah, hang on. I was looking for...
Horizon Zero Dawn. Is the person that made the quests for Fallout New Vegas? Did they work on it?
It worked. It started to spin.
Rotate the globe.
Well, I hate. Do you know what? I hate this puzzle. My top 5 list of puzzles I hate.
Go on, give it a spin.
I always spend forever fumbling it, and I know there's like a really quick way to do it. But I can never move this damn globe properly. Oh, right, I think we're getting it.
Yeah, you're right. John Gonzalez is known for Horizon Zero Dawn, Fallout New Vegas, and Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor.
I've not played Shadow of Mordor, so I don't really know how that's received in the side quest department.
If that's the first game in that series, it was very well received, I believe.
You've beaten Horizon Zero Dawn, haven't you?
Yeah, it's the first game in that series.
Oh, nice.
I have not beaten it yet. No.
Okay. Because
I'm dragging it out.
I don't know if he wrote the main quest or the side quest, or he just helped write the story in general. Which, because I'm thinking about the side quest particularly rather than the main story. Because I don't really. There's not really many side quests that stood out to me in that game. Like, you know how you play other games and you're like, oh, that side quest it stuck with me. But
just like we found in France.
Yeah, I will be honest, I love Horizon, but the quests, for the most part, don't really get my juices flowing.
yeah.
Sorry for that metaphor, that's not a great one, but yeah. It's out there now!
I was trying to explain it to somebody because I'm not sure how to articulate it, but there's something about when I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn where the characters would speak to me and I would just pick up my phone and scroll through Twitter. Like, that was something that they weren't engaging me, but I know I don't do that all the time because when I play The Witcher 3 I don't pick up my phone at all. Every character that talks to me, I don't know if it's just because I like that game more, but there's something about what they're saying I'm more interested in hearing most of the time than with Horizon, but I don't know what that is. Is it just the world?
Well,
or
The Witcher 3 is like pretty much universally praised for the quality of the writing. I think being based in literature as well, you know, having spun out of a series of books, I think it had an advantage there.
yeah, that's a good point.
Also, as far as I'm aware, like not all of Horizon Zero Dawn was written in English natively. You know, it was written across a multitude of languages, so there are like kind of thematic and translational things that don't like come across in every language. I've heard people from some country, you know, relate more to it than others. But yeah, regardless of Horizon Zero Dawn, Fallout New Vegas, I think, has possibly some of the best side quests ever made.
Okay, hit me with one, because what's the first one that comes to your mind? Because I've got the first one that came to my mind.
Well, the first one that comes to my mind is just because I'm thinking of the
Yeah,
game
blank slate.
in the order I played with it, which would be the prison breakout.
The hell's that? I can't even remember that. What the...
It's like as you go down from the place where you start, you pass a prison on your left-hand side, and you probably went past it because it's full of enemies. But you come back later, you can help the NCR to because all the prisoners are broken loose, and you can either team up with the NCR and like kill all the prisoners basically, which kind of defeats the point of a prison, or you can team up with the outlaws and become an outlaw yourself.
Oh.
And,
Oh wait, I think I do know what one you're talking about. It's quite an early quest.
Yeah, it's very early, and very few people realise that you can actually just not attack the outlaws and side with them instead, because it's not a thing that was really an option in games at that point. And if games did have that option at that point, they would generally sort of signpost it really obviously, like Infamous style. So it was like really refreshing to just actually be able to. Thank you, Powder Gang Prison. I believe you're right.
Oh wait, what's happening? What's happening?
Chapter set me straight. It was the Powder Gangers.
Oh, nice. Thanks for the info.
Yeah, they were the people to go to if you wanted explosives. And I did multiple playthroughs of that game, and I did have one character that was heavily explosives based, because you had stats back then as well. It's something they completely scrapped for Fallout 4. So I pumped all my points into explosives and had a villain character, and it was a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time with the Powder Gangers because of that.
I'll tell you the one that first came to my mind when I was blank slate and you said to me side quest. It's the one where you go to you're at the strip and there's that really posh fancy white gloves place, and they're cannibals.
Oh yes.
That's the one, and you have to decide.
Fantastic side quest.
That one's the one that I think of, and you have to sort of. It's quite confusing though, because I remember doing that one and not knowing, because I was thinking in black and white, but obviously in this game it's more about the greys. I was like,
exactly. Yeah.
What's the right option to do here? Because I know that cannibalism is bad. We all know that, but it was like, do you sacrifice the guy? There was like a certain person that was going to be fed up to the slaughter, but it was how you dealt with it or whatever.
Yeah, there was no goody two-shoes option for that quest, and for a lot of the quests in that game, which again is another reason why I absolutely love the writing.
Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah, I particularly remember that. I think my thing was just I didn't like all the factions kind of forcing you to make choices that will lock you out of other things later on. That was my big thing, because I don't like not being able to experience all the things, and there's a word for that, but I don't know what it is, where it's the player gets the feeling of missing out, and I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, I can kind of relate. I can understand that feeling of emptiness. Like you've paid for the game and you've not experienced all of it. But at the same time, can you really truly have choice in a game if you experience all of it in one playthrough? Getting all philosophical now.
Yeah,
can
you? Deep.
Because otherwise the game is just a spreadsheet of things to do.
But then I guess that's a different style of just playing, you know, like that's what I want to do. I want to just do all the things, because
I think what they probably should have done, because I recall that when you like finished certain quests, other quests would then pop up saying failed.
Yeah.
And that was what alerted you to the fact that it was like changing up the course of the game and locking you out of things. If they'd just not had that, you'd never know it was happening, and it's that much more organic, which The Witcher kind of does.
Yeah, that's true. I've had that happen on my second playthrough, because I'm trying to do it a bit quicker, so I'm finding that because I'm trying to skip bits, it's getting like failed for certain things.
But you don't feel like you've missed out on content in The Witcher, do you? Even though you must have done.
I don't feel like it this time because it's my second playthrough, so I know what I've done. But I know that on the first times I played it, I was like, there was one in particular I messed up, and I was like, oh no, I don't know how I messed up, and I was really annoyed that I didn't know how I'd done that. Because I remember I said to you, I have these failed quests. And you went, what do you mean failed quests? I was like, have you not got them? You were like, no, I haven't failed a quest. I was like, there's a whole sidebar called failed. where it
yes,
logs your failed. And I was like,
I know the one you mean now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that aside, you know, the quests, they branch rather than fail for the most part.
Right, we're on chapter 10 now, everybody. 2 more chapters to go for tonight. That's how are we doing, Dan? I feel like there's been a few mishaps in our deep, meaningful, existential conversations about video games. It's got
on my slight time delay here, you're on 1:41:08.
Oh, so I'm not on chapter 10.
Are you on chapter 10? You are, aren't you?
Yes, this is chapter 10. Are you in Yemen? I'm in Yemen.
Yeah, well, I'm not in Yemen, but Drake is.
Yeah, I'm coming to you from the future.
You're actually slipping behind the target time a little bit, so you need to pick up the pace a little, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I know where I've done some silly things whilst not really concentrating.
Ideally, you want to finish chapter 11 with 1 hour 56 on screen.
1 hour 56? Chapter 11?
Yes. Yep.
Whoa,
chapter 11's a really long one.
That's like... That's like almost 10, 14, 12 minutes away. Oh dear. I really got to rethink my dedication if I fail this. Oh god. Fraud.
No, I think you're doing alright.
Okay.
You know, this is someone else's playthrough times we're looking at here, and I think they're skewed somewhat.
Okay.
I think they've dilly-dallied on certain parts of the game, and they've bum-rushed other parts.
So we're looking at a rough guideline rather than...
We're looking at a very rough guideline.
Fast and loose.
Good thing we've got you with us.
Yeah, no kidding.
Actually, I'm not sure what really happens, and we have to have a fist fight in this one. We have to follow Talbot. I guess it is quite short, this chapter.
It's got puzzles, though. It's got all the puzzles.
I think these puzzles are okay. The only one that
They're great puzzles, but they slow you down.
That's true, yeah, you got to deal with that. But the light one, I feel like that might take me a little while. I know the rough area, but I don't know the exact
I can remember
pinpoint.
exactly where it goes.
Oh, really? Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
You all right?
Keep up, everybody.
And the other one basically does itself.
Yeah, the other one's quite simple.
Don't break anything.
But still cool.
Yeah, no, that is quite interesting. Oh, I'm just going to run into a wall. Head first. So we got it's our first Talbot sighting of the day. In the flesh.
Talbot, who had no name until 6 months before release, I gather.
I always think about talcum powder when I think of his name.
Yeah, but you call Preston Garvey President Gravy.
I do call him. I have a weird thing where I have to say, like, see, I've never been very good at reading. It's one of the things I have to improve upon. So sometimes I read things and I just make up what it says based on what letters are roughly in the words. So President Gravy
The thing is,
was
I've
born.
started doing it now as well. I think it's because of you.
Oh,
I really
no.
do. I started doing it all through Crash Bandicoot. I can't remember any of the bosses' names, and they all ended up with really stupid names, like what, even more stupid.
That's why I like to read out loud when I can, on gaming screens. It's like...
I struggle to remember them under pressure, but I'm sure there was like a pinstripe potato or something.
Oh, Pinstripe, yeah. I can't remember his surname though. It's Pinstripe.
Well, that's why he ended up as a potato.
No, it's some type of rodent that begins with a P.
Yeah, well, one I'd never heard of.
Yeah, it's Australian, isn't it? Crashes from the outback.
I'm not going to attempt the Australian accent.
No, nor am I. Although my mum does a good one. She used to be the Australian nurse when we were ill. I don't know why, that was her nurse persona.
Yeah, that's not weird at all.
She's like, well, what's the patient like today? How are you doing? And stuff like that. I'd be like, oh, I still feel ill. I guess that's probably to make us feel better.
That's a little bit terrifying, actually.
But I think it made us laugh.
Fair dues.
I mean, it's not as bad as when my mum used to make the toilet speak to me. Like, because I feel like I've had this conversation with you. Have I talked?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
That's messed up. I think you should keep that one to yourself, actually. I think the more people you share that story with, the earlier in life you're going to find yourself in that padded cell.
Oh yeah, talking about when I went to Libertalia and met all the pirates.
Yeah. Definitely put that memory on the repressed pile.
Add it to the list. Oh, take some of that.
To the list.
I'm going...
Now, I know nobody likes Talbot, but the Talbot chase, what do you think?
Nah.
Meh? Oh, I'm disappointed.
Really? Nah. I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm jaded, because I've played this game so many times. I can't remember if my mind was blown away when I first did it. I think, do you know what? I think it goes on a tad too long. I think if it was...
It does, actually, yeah.
I think that's the crux. If it was a little shorter, it could be...
But I did find it really thrilling, though. I found it rather like some of the fight scenes in Heavy Rain, which I know is a kind of strange comparison, but it was like quite a test of endurance and timing and really high stakes. It's just Uncharted, so you just like restart if you die. But I don't know. It had me on the edge of my seat the first time. I appreciated it, and the choreography is really good.
Yeah, I guess there are some cool sort of bits.
Well, the ways the paths cross each other, and then you lose each other and find each other at weird angles and things. That's really clever.
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
Very good level design.
Take your point.
You got to hit somebody with a fish.
I'm not sure if I did. I'm not sure if I did. Did I?
This is what Francis Drake's sketch.
I'm at one of those bits where
we are seeing you on a delay, so
yeah.
we may.
Well, good point.
We may yet get fish.
I'm at a bit where I'm waiting for the NPCs to just finish their conversation.
Well, you hit a fish with somebody, so maybe that counts.
Yay! Somebody.
There's a classic Naughty Dog treasure at the bottom of that stairwell.
Is there? What is it? What, the Tibetan...
Well, I don't know what it is, but just the placement of it is like so Naughty Dog, it's unreal.
So I'm trying to listen to what the characters are telling me, because I was trying to check that I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, I thought I was in the right place.
Yeah, you're good.
It's just, it's hard when they're sort of, you know, jibber-jabbering around, and you're like, I think I'm supposed to be here, but the prompt's not happening to say that yes.
Yeah, it is easy to stroll around and not hit a little button prompt or something.
I like this one. You wouldn't mind. Right, so now we got to find the moon. So what are you watching right now? What feats have I done in your world?
You're reading stonework on a wall at the moment.
Oh yeah. That wasn't that far back then, yeah.
You take the one on the far wall there. I've got this one. Okay.
Nate, what's it? Because I use this hand a lot.
I think we have to pull them at the same time.
Try not to overthink that.
Thanks for that, Sully.
2, 3. You sure that's the right lever?
Oh, for a moment I thought I'd screwed up, so like, you sure that's the right lever? Like, I don't think so. I just realised there's a really, well, I say really hard, but I find it substantially hard fight at the end of this chapter, where you know that all the smoke comes down and there's quite a lot of shotgun guys.
But you can kind of shortcut.
How?
Basically just punt grenades into the smoke.
Oh, good job I stopped up.
I know.
Not.
Right. Yeah, I always thought of that fight as taking quite a long time. You have to wait for the smoke and the people to like zip down the zip lines and stuff. I saw somebody else just punt a load of grenades into the smoke and it kills like 10% of the enemies right off the bat for some reason.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Right,
and
cross,
certainly
circle, cross.
getting the guys with grenades really helps.
Oh, why do I want to press that? Cross, circle. Oh, there's another cross.
We've got it.
like a little maths puzzle from the old days. Like, you know when you're at primary school, it's like a little primary school test. Is it a circle?
I never actually used the little icons on the floor to solve this
What do you mean?
puzzle.
Oh. So you went up the thing first?
To work out my position. I looked at the paper, and then I looked at the columns, and there's only one place you can stand, where the columns look exactly like they do in the picture.
Oh.
So I just walked around with the picture up, and just found the spot.
Oh, rather than finding the moon first.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey, this screen decodes the images.
I think maybe I'm
What can you see?
quite spatial. Or maybe special.
Very similar.
But it just seemed pretty straightforward.
Well, currently I've got to beat this
Whereas-
next chapter in 4 minutes.
They rotate in opposite directions to each other.
That one with the box in Uncharted 1 or Uncharted 2? Can't remember.
Oh, you mean the box of dirty underwear that you like to call it?
Yeah,
well,
that
or
one.
Lisa does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one stressed me out a bit. Probably because I'm colourblind.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't help. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, see, I like this puzzle. Obviously, repeating any puzzle is going to, diminish its interest.
Yeah.
But, I mean, visually, it's cool, and it's straightforward enough that you don't spend a lot of time like waiting around, getting irritated by it. And it does make you feel like you're the first person here to do it, regardless of how easy or hard it is.
True.
You do feel like you achieved it.
So, are we to believe that it was Sir Francis Drake who came here and was like, gosh, this is so terrible that nobody can find us out. I'm going to spend time and make all these puzzles to stop people. Did he make these? Or was this someone else that's made these?
I'm not really sure. There's a lot of ambiguity in this game, to be fair.
I don't know where I'm going. I think it's over here somewhere. Am I going too far back? I think I am.
If he wanted people to stop following him, just burning all his notes and jumping off a cliff would be a pretty good way to go about it, I would have thought.
Ah, here we go. Ah, there we go. Oh, he's got a bit of a long neck. We need to get a bit closer. Is it here somewhere? So I'm on the. Oh no, that's not right. That's not right. Oh gosh, we have to wait for the thing.
Hey, that didn't work.
I'm on the light puzzle. Oops. Oh, we have to get closer. There we go. So that one I always sort of wonder about, so I'll probably waste some time there because I didn't know the exact dot. See, I feel like the light puzzle, that one is a good one because that's something that's quite unique in terms of, like, yeah, because the other one's just simple matching shapes, which isn't bad or anything, but this one was a lot more thought, had got, like, it's a bit more creative.
It's very creative. It's very, very intelligent.
And they try and do the knockoff version in Lost Legacy, which is like the 3D version. Yeah,
I like that one as well, though. I know a lot of people don't, but I enjoyed it.
Oh, we have to go this way.
I can imagine some people must really struggle with those puzzles.
I struggled with that one in Uncharted Lost Legacy for ages, because it took me quite a while to wrap my mind around how it worked. I knew how to do it, but it was trying to work out how to do it and how moving one affected all the others. How it all works in tandem, sort of thing, because you have to look at it not just from one direction but from two.
For some reason it just clicked with me. I kind of breezed through that one. I got absolutely hammered by the Ganesh puzzle, unfortunately.
What, literally, the one where... Oh, you mean the one...
Yes, literally.
I didn't actually get... Because she can die from that, can't she? If you fail that puzzle.
Yes, she can die about 20 times in a row.
Wow, that never happened to me. I only just saw it on like a YouTube video. I was like, what?
I was kind of... I knew what I needed to do mechanically, but I wasn't sure what the end result you're trying to achieve was. I kind of figured that it was like story based, and you know, there's the things on the wall showing you the story, and you're supposed to sort of recreate the logical finish of the story. But my brain didn't go to the right place for the logical finish of the story, I guess.
I honestly
So
think I
just-
fluked it, to be quite honest. Like,
Possibly.
alright, now I'm at the spiders, which people who watch the permadeaths will know this is where I met my demise. For some reason, people think that this spider death is like the worst death. And I'm like, I thought it was quite. I mean, it is a little
Don't
bit.
fire too quickly, is my advice.
Yeah, I don't think it's like the worst death in history, but like people are like, it's not like when you die to those spiders. Oh, there we are. I died to them again. I always die to the spiders.
Oh no.
I think it's easier though to do it when you restart the checkpoint anyway, because then they're then further away from you rather than all over you from being like
Yeah, you're
part
not
of the-
already.
yeah, in there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Oh, I need that sweet ammo. So there's a spider hurting me from behind, but I'm getting bitten. Now, are we saying that
wouldn't
these
worry about it,
spiders are so deadly that they're just eating through your skin? Or is it...
It does seem kind of unlikely.
Oh, I've run out. Phew. Alright, last chapter. Oh, no, not yet. Wait, this is the last chapter. We're on it. We're here. Oh, wait, I've still got to chase Talbot. This is a long chapter.
It is a long chapter.
So I think I'm already behind the time. How is it? I know where I've lost the time because I just did some stuff. There must be people just doing it. I don't have any grenades, so that's the end of that plan. But
I mean, just be super aggressive here.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Don't be chilling out waiting for everyone to come to you. I mean, don't get stuck in the middle between a bunch of armoured dudes either, you know, but...
Yeah, me walk straight to the... Alright, step. Round them up, let's go. Oh,
I
got a
mean,
grenade.
they love to scout around the edge, so a bit of run and gun would probably help.
Oh, I forgot you can roll and drop grenades. So. Alright, big guy. There we go. Oh, someone killed somebody, that wasn't me. Wonderful. Where's... Oh, it's an armoured guy. Oh. Alright. Oh, this guy takes a beating, but I'm not going to die. Oh, music? Yes, music has told me.
Music's a good sign.
Yeah. Over where?
You got through that in a respectably
Yeah, that
efficient manner.
wasn't so bad. Oh, Nate, put your grabby hands out. Nate, we talked about
Comments
this.
say death from platforming is worse than death by spider.
Thank you. Do you know what I've just done? I've just screwed it up. Let's restart the checkpoint.
Oh lord.
Thank you. I'm glad that people think that death by platforming. I thought that is definitely the worst. My worst death, I would say, was Uncharted Drake's Fortune. But by that point, I didn't really. Wasn't like I didn't care. But it was the first one, and I was just like, half an hour. That's a suitable length, I think. That's about as much as people want to watch. What's your? I don't know how much you watch Let's Plays, but what is your preferred? If you were to watch one, what do you prefer time wise? Are you much of a Let's Play watcher? I mean, I'm going to admit I don't watch many at all.
I don't watch a lot of them, but I do watch, some now and then. If I'm going to buy a game, I'm unsure about buying a game, I'll often watch a Let's Play. I find that more informative than a review. I do like seeing Let's Plays of like roguelike games, like games where you are going to die and where the game is different each time you play it. So things like Don't Starve, although that can run to quite a long time, so not a great example. Enter the Gungeon, NetHack, which is probably too old for you to remember. Yeah, you know, the sort of thing.
Yeah, but do you like them when they're long or short or edited or just free flow? Like, you know, there's different styles. Like, there's some people that just edit the highlights. Some people just play the whole thing with no stopping, and some people just break it into small chunks. Some people play for an hour. Have you ever thought into the deep intricacies of
I think if it's a long game, and particularly if the person playing it is struggling or playing it for the first time and therefore taking a long time over things, perhaps editing would be. I don't like sitting there like I've solved the puzzle before you have, and I've got to sit here and watch you try and figure it out for another 10 minutes, kind of situation.
Because personally, I don't watch many.
Really hate watching people replay the same section because they've died. I know that's terrible, but you know, you did put yourself out there.
Because I prefer longer ones, because then I feel like I can watch it like a TV show. Whereas if it's like shorter chunks, then it just takes longer to watch, and I just find it more annoying. Like, say if they're doing it in 20-minute chunks, I'm like, but how can you even get into it? Like, I remember the React channel, they were playing The Last of Us, and they were playing it in like 15 minutes. Like, what the flip are you going to do in 15 minutes? You're not going to get anywhere. And it was just, eventually they figured out, and they made the episodes longer, about half an hour, which I was like, okay, that's better. But, you know, I was just thinking, I used to try and predict when the episode would end. I was like, well, they're playing at 15 minutes, they'll probably get to the end of just the high school section, if that.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on here? I've not made the right path. I hate this drugged section. Absolutely hate it.
I don't think it matters which paths you take. I think it's totally random.
That's what I feel like. It just goes on forever, and it's just not.
It does go on way too long, and also the screen distorts way more on the PS4 version than it did on the PS3.
Oh,
to the
really?
point where I find it quite uncomfortable. Yeah, same for the gin section. The screen messes up way more.
And also, just I'm just running around in circles all the time, which I guess is the point. But it's just like, after a while, it's like boring. I can't get past this guy.
Yeah, it's like we get it. Okay, we're tripping out.
Right, last bit, everybody. But it's the bit you've been waiting for, Dan. It's the Talbot chase. Yeah, I think it is cool how they have different directions for us all to go in this. Now I'm thinking about it as I'm doing it now. Like, oh yes.
This is very reactionary. You have to sort of think and adapt as you go, or at least it makes you feel like that's what you're doing.
And also, it's a lot of level design for something that you're running through very quickly. But then again, this is actually just like they gave you like a baby version of this when you played as young Nate. This is the big boy version. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just like, because that is a chase scene, except you're the one being chased. Now you're the one doing the chasing. It's the same sort of thing.
That's true. I hadn't really considered that.
I just thought of it now because we're just doing it in quick succession. But yeah, I guess that was just the sort of, like, you know, setting it up for later. That old storytelling.
That old chestnut.
Yeah. What's they called? It begins with a C. One of the ones where you plant something, like they're like, oh, there's this rocket, but it hasn't been used for like years, so it probably doesn't work. Season finale. That rocket, we can use it now. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's like a special word for it. Something's equation or begins with a C, I think. Shiv, cereal. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I would call that a trope.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, there may be a specific word for it, or just obvious foreshadowing.
Go for her.
I'm sure there's a more eloquent way to say it.
Yeah. Oh, I love, my favourite bit is actually when we meet Tal. You know, he thinks he's got the slip, he's like lost us, and we're like, oh, and then we come around the door and he's like, damn it. There's the old guards. You have to be quite ballsy, really, to run around a city that you've never been to and just destroy everything, not really care.
Oh, absolutely, especially a Middle Eastern city where the police are probably going to kill you. That sounds terribly racist, but Yemen, not a good place to get arrested.
Well, that's like banged up abroad, isn't it? That's that kind of stuff where something happens and
It's the kind of place where if if you did the sort of thing in the streets and you got caught by the police, you'd probably just disappear.
Yes, that is quite scary.
But then, it's Nathan Drake. He has gunfights with pirates and stuff, so he's probably not too bothered.
He's been in many a prison. Like, what happened at Pandemanium Jail? We'll never know.
What happens in jail stays in jail.
So they say. Although my sister, she says she's got a friend in jail, and he's got his phone with him, and he Snapchats the whole thing. I'm just a bit like, I made a mess up there, but I'm just like, how? I don't know if it's you're allowed your phones in jail anymore, or like he just has it in a weird...
I'm going to say pretty sure you're not.
But I feel like there's this whole thing about prison isn't meant to be I guess it depends what kind of crime you've done, but it's more about rehabilitation than punishment.
I suspect this person is probably in juvie rather than prison.
Well, my sister is 21, so I imagine her friend...
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, I asked her, and he's just like, in the yard, well, he didn't say yard because he's not American, but, in prison, like, I do find that quite an interesting Snapchat story to look up, see what it is like in prison.
Yeah, I might have to investigate.
Yeah.
Dukey Duck says, is it for fun or for the trophy?
For the trophy, as always. I do things for fun, but no, this is definitely for the trophy. And this time we're going to do it, guys, even though we're a little bit behind, but...
Yeah, I think you're on course.
Oh, good. Made up some time. That's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want that trophy so bad. 'Cause then I'll almost be at 100%. I did look at my trophies, and I do have to beat the last chapter without dying, apparently. And I was like, have I not done that? And then I realised I hate the last chapter. So no, I haven't done it. That's something I have to do.
The same gentleman also says, also I love your southern accents. Not sure where that's coming from.
I have a southern accent. Please do elaborate. I want to know when am I doing it?
Southern what? Where do you think we're from?
No, but maybe I do accents sometimes when I'm just like reading things. So maybe it's a specific like me going. I'm trying to think of the southern accent. Oh, I was down in the farm, and then I went and took out the sheep out back. I don't know if that's what you mean by my southern accent. Who takes the sheep out back? I don't know. Well, there we go. I've made it to chapter 12 now, which is where I'm going to... Let's skip the movie and... Alright, let's save the game. So that's why I'm pausing it for today, so that I can, rejuvenate my strengths, like a battery would need to recharge. Yeah. Now, which save did I save it on? It must be that one up there, chapter... Yeah. No worries, metaphor central here. So yeah, tomorrow, probably about the same time, Dan, do you think? We'll resume this and hopefully get the trophy and beat the game, because we want to be on our A game. I feel like we've still got another hour and a half, maybe hour 45 minutes in us, because we have to beat 4 hours and 15 minutes. And we're at the halfway point, and we're literally halfway into that. And you're saying the next half of the game is shorter?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
I think you're well on course for it, and yeah, I'm up for it.
Also, we will be able to find out if quitting the game and then continuing it as Doughnut Drake will get me the trophy. If it doesn't, I will cry in a corner and be very angry at the world. But that's what I'm here for.
She actually will.
Yeah. It will be I will be very sad that I had failed. And I'd have to do this again at some point. I don't know if I need to do the Uncharted 2. I know I need to do the Uncharted 2 one again, but I don't know if I need to do it live streaming again. I don't know if people would want to watch that again.
I don't know.
The redemption.
Maybe chat or the comments will let us know.
Yes, in due course. So yeah, I think I shall.
I'm sure they will.
I'll wrap it up for there today then, I guess. If
chat does want to know where we're from.
We are from the UK. I'm from London.
We're definitely not southern by any...
So, what my southern accent didn't give it away that I wasn't from the south? Damn, I was hoping that was where I was from. I don't know what's going on with my voice, to be honest. Something got lost in the brain waves.
I mean, you're more or less from London, but you don't really have an archetypal London accent.
Well, I guess if I was going to be like in EastEnders, actually, well, I don't know why I'm talking like a bloke. I guess if I was turning the day, I'd be like, okay, EastEnders is like a soap here. That's just like, what are you doing that for? Get out of my pub! All that. They talk a bit like that. Like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. You ain't my mother. So I don't talk like that. But yeah. Oh, I'm getting up the chat now. So. All right, cool. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. So thank you all for tuning in as always, and leaving your comments and stuff. And hopefully catch you guys tomorrow for part
thank you for joining us, everyone. It's it's really nice for you to come and join us on our very little journey.
Oh, quick question here. Any plans for platinum number 100? It's going to be Uncharted 4. Just so you know, Panda. Uncharted 4 is going to be 100. All right. Anyways, I said I was going to sign off, and that's it. So good night, everybody.
Long-term goals.
Yes. See you later. Thank you again, Dan. Bye. All right. Let's do the thing.